This isn't Bill Belichick's first or even 10th rodeo, by the way. On Sunday, the hoodie will take part in his 11th Super Bowl as a head coach or assistant, which, as you can see on your screen, is the most among any coach in NFL history. Jermaine Wiggins joining me now on the desk. He was part of New England's first Super Bowl title team. So of the 8 Super Bowl teams in the Brady-Belichick era, where does this year's team rank, in your opinion?
Well, I'm going to put this one, I'm going to rank them at number 8 right now, because when you look at this team, I just think of a team that, you know, they're a good team, but there are some holes in this team. And you look at some of the guys that they don't have. Obviously, Julian Edelman. Granted, they do have Rob Gronkowski. But defensively, we see them struggle at times. You lost some pieces. You don't have Hightower that you had last year. But I think when you look at it, you kind of compare it to last year's team. You're going for back-to-back championships. So to me, they're right at that 8 spot. Do they have a chance to move up to number 7, which I think they could switch with the team from last year? Yeah, but it all depends on whether or not they win this game. If they win this game, then we can make the debate, okay, which team is ultimately holding down the 7 spot or the 8 spot.
So you're kind of combining Super Bowl championships, Super Bowl losses, right, with talent. 2001, the team you were on, is that floating towards the bottom for you a little bit?
No, because I look at that team, and now granted it was a different Tom Brady, but when you look at the defense that we had in 2001, that defense was a very, very good defense. We could do a lot of things. You know, if the 2001 team was to play this team here, the 2001 team would win that game. And granted, you know, Brady was completely different back then, but he was a guy that wasn't going to do anything crazy. He wasn't going to turn the ball over, and I just think the edge that we would have had is that defensive team. Plus, they had a tight end back in 2001 that could really do some damage. You know,
yeah,
I don't know how they would slow him down today.
So elusive out there. Are you sure, though? You really think 2001 can beat 2017? Because you guys were only 24th in total defense, 19th in total offense.
Right. But yeah, I do, because when you look at the guys that were on that team, now you got to understand the league was completely different. So I guess it depends, when are we playing this game? When are the rules that we're using playing? If it's the rules from, you know, maybe if it's today's rules, I still feel like, you know, hey, we could still be physical. We could still make things. You know, we had guys like Ty Law, Lawyer Malloy, Willie McGinnis, you know, Teddy Bruschi, those guys, Richard Seymour.
Guys who can shut down Gronk, maybe?
I don't know about shutting Gronk down, but what you could do is you could slow Gronk down. You talk about Willie Mack. Willie Mack was a big, physical outside linebacker that was athletic. In this game, back in 2001, it was shut down Marshall Faulk. And that, if we were to play, it would be, okay, we have to now slow down Rob Gronkowski. Willie McGinnis, we're going to put you over Gronk, and you make it very difficult for him to get off the line of scrimmage before you rush the passer.
The Super Bowl team that reigns supreme. To me, this one is a no-brainer with this Bill Belichick, Tom Brady era, the 8 Super Bowls. Which team is it for you, though? I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, wow. Which team reigns supreme? That is always the million-dollar question. I think when you look at, a lot of people will say that that 04 team. I still like that 2007 team. That team
Absolutely.
That was
That's what I would have gone
That
with.
team that was undefeated. When you look at, now granted they did lose in the Super Bowl, but when you look at that team and what they were able to do, their big play capability.
Record-breaking, like week in and week out.
Right.
An angry Tom Brady.
Right.
Randy Moss, vintage form.
Right. You had a very talented Wes Welker that could work the slot. And like you said, defensively, you had Seymour, you had guys like Asante Samuel, we had Rodney Harrison. You still had some good players on the defensive side of the ball, but that was an explosive offense. Even though the Giants did do a great job of shutting them down, putting pressure on them, the 04 team was a pretty good team.
I love the 04 team, kind of the end of that first mini dynasty.
Right.
Where you still had the band together before everyone broke up.
Right, you could run the ball with Corey Dillon, so, you know, it's...
And Belichick, Weiss, Romeo.
You know,
like
that's always going to, you know, that's always going to be a great argument, which team, but at the end of the day, the team that would beat all of those teams is the 2001 New England Patriots Super Bowl championship team.
Because of tight end Jermaine Wiggins.
Because that tight end
and a guy under center by the name of Tom Brady. That helps, too. Good stuff, Wiggy.
You got
Thanks,
it.
man. Here's another flashback for you, that 2014 season. We're on to Cincinnati, Bill Belichick press conference. He wasn't happy 2 days after the Pats were blown out by Kansas City to drop 2-2. But since then, look at this. The numbers are pretty good. Many proclaiming the dynasty was dead when clearly it was just a sleeping bear waiting to be poked.